welcome back to another video. In this video I'm setting up my new journal for 2021. This time around I'm using an Archer & Olive B5 size dot grid notebook. First of all, I'm setting up my grid spacing cheat sheet. You will probably know what this is by now. Everyone pretty much sets them up. You can see here that I'm setting up quite a number of different sections, most of which don't actually extend to the entire page because generally speaking I use the top 4 or 5 rows for headers. So I've just set it up how I know I would use it. There will be a photo of this on my Instagram if you wanted to go check that out as well. You can also see here that I did attempt to do the little Archer & Olive logo, I guess is what it is. And I royally messed that up. I was so tired, it was late, and when I looked at it the next day, I did not like how I did it at all. I did not do it justice. So at the end of the video, you'll see in the flip through that I actually cover that bit up. Next to the spacing cheat sheet, I am putting a box cheat sheet. These are just common sizes of the boxes that I use throughout my journals. So that's all that was. And then here we are moving on to my 2021 cover page, and you will see I write continue there as well, and this will be for July to December this year. I do switch pens there just because trying to colour in with the Pigma Microns was just so time consuming. I switched to one of my Bic brush pens and it made it go a little bit quicker. You'll see I only actually do this line work pattern, I guess, on this page, this quote page. I don't know why I chose to do it, I just did. I thought it looked really nice. I probably could have done it throughout the rest of the journal to make it more cohesive, but honestly I couldn't be bothered, it was very time consuming. Moving on, we're just going to my gift wish list and finances spread. I did do a couple of these out of order as well. You'll notice in a second what I mean. But being the second half of the year, the gift wish list is just for Christmas, and I've got a lot of birthdays coming up, so we'll write down what we want there. Finances will be for the rest of the year. Just under income, we've got projected totals for my husband and I, what our actual totals will be for the month, and then what our expenses are. And there's a little notes section down the bottom too. Moving on to my future log, I do like to have a full 12 months ahead, so that's why you can see I've done the 2-page spread here. Normally I would do a little mini calendar, but I don't think I need them. I have my phone for a calendar if I really need it. For this spread, all I really need is space to write down important dates and what those dates are, or events that are in the future. So that's all I use this one for. Next you'll see I go into my goals. So I've called it review and revise for my goals because I know for a fact I'm not going to reach some of the goals I set at the start of the year. So I'm going to go through for each of my 4 sections, which is health, relationships, finance and education, review what I have done, what my goals originally were, and then revise them to what's more achievable for me or what matches my goals for now, because obviously in 6 months things have changed and my goals are different now. I do write a little quote up the top here that says the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little extra. I just saw it on Pinterest. I'm sorry, I don't know who it was by. Moving on, we go to media consumed list. Now I believe that Jess from Jassy Corin is the one that calls it media consumed. That's all I could think of at the time, so I wrote that as well. But I've got things to watch and read. They've got the biggest space because that's the things I do most. Listen to and play and learn. So that's what it is. Moving on, we've got social media trackers. Now, obviously I'm not a massive big influencer or anything. In fact, I'm barely even a tiny influencer. And I don't really plan on becoming big at all. I just like to keep up with timing, and I'm trying to be more conscious of that. So I've got a tracker for YouTube and Instagram because I want to post videos more regularly and post pictures on my Instagram and reels on my Instagram more regularly as well. So I've got a tracker to see where I've posted, what I've posted, when I've posted, and what's coming next. Any ideas that I have, I've got them in the little social media ideas section. So that's all that is. And then we're moving on to my university spreads. So if you didn't know, I'm currently doing a Bachelor of Education and Arts for both primary and secondary school, meaning I'm going to be a teacher eventually, hopefully. And this is just where I track what units I'm doing, what assessments I have, when they're due, what their weighting is. And then on the university information side, which is the second page, I'll just put in any important dates, anytime I have pracs or things to attend to. My next set is 25 before 25. So on the 4th of November this year, I will be turning 25 years old. And this list I thought would just be something to get me out of my comfort zone. 25 things I want to do before the 4th of November this year. So before I turn 25. So I've set up 4 boxes for July, August, September and October. Things I can write down in there that I do. And then I've got my 25 things in a list, which I will add to. Next, I am trying to get my children into a better routine, into a good schedule. So I have a kids daily schedule page and a routines page. This is just so I can get them both sleeping through the night. One's 9 months old currently, and the other is just over 2. He was 2 in March, so they're very young. They're only 18 months apart, and this is just how I'm going to try and get them into a better routine and get us all into a good routine for what we need for our family. Moving on to my last and final spread, I have my period tracker and my health and wellness tracker. Now, I do have a health and wellness journal, which is why this page is so squished looking. This information will all be moved into that journal at some stage, but I don't use that journal every day, which is why I've included it in my regular bullet journal still. So on the first page, I have my period tracker. I've got a little key there with some little like pictures and stuff. Sorry, the key for what each colour will be, what each symbol will be. And I've got a notes section for anything that I need to jot down specifically to certain dates. On my health and wellness side, I have a weight tracker with the dates underneath each month showing when I've tracked that weight, a feelings section where I can just write my feelings, and then a medication tracker down the bottom where I can track if I've taken my antidepressants, pain relief, vitamins, cold and flu, or other sort of medication. And that is it for my setup this year. I hope you do enjoy. Tell me, what was your favourite spread? What would you do differently? And what would you like to see next? Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.